Revelation 14. Then I looked, and behold, the Lamb stood on Mount Zion, and with him 144,000 men, who had his name and his Father's name inscribed on their foreheads. And I heard a voice from heaven, like the sound of great waters, like rumbling of mighty thunder. The voice I heard seemed like the music of harpists accompanying themselves on harps. They sang a new song before the throne of God, before the four living creatures, and before the elders of the heavenly Sanhedrin. No one could learn to sing that song except the 144,000 who had been ransomed, purchased, redeemed from the earth. These are they who have not defiled themselves by relations with women, for they are pure as virgins. These are they who follow the Lamb wherever he goes. These are they who have been ransomed, purchased, redeemed from among men as the first fruits for God and the Lamb. No lie was found to be upon their lips, for they are blameless, spotless, untainted, without blemish, before the throne of God. Then I saw another angel flying in midair with an eternal gospel, good news to tell to the inhabitants of the earth, to every race and tribe and language and people. And he cried with a mighty voice, "Revere God and give him glory, honor and praise and worship, for the hour of his judgment has arrived. Fall down before him. Homage, adoration, and worship him, who created heaven and earth, the sea and the springs, foundations of water." Then another angel, a second, followed, declaring, "Fallen, fallen is Babylon the Great, she who made all nations drink of the maddening wine of her passionate unchastity," idolatry. Then another angel, a third, followed them, saying with a mighty voice, "Whoever pays homage to the beast and his statue and permits the beast's stamp, mark, inscription to be put on his forehead or in his hand, he too shall have to drink of the wine of God's indignation and wrath, poured undiluted into the cup of his anger, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. And the smoke of their torment ascends forever and ever, and they have no respite, no pause, no intermission, no rest, no peace, day or night. These who pay homage to the beast, to his image, and whoever receives the stamp of his name upon him." Here comes a call for the steadfastness of the saints, the patience, the endurance of the people of God, those who habitually keep God's commandments and their faith in Jesus. Then I heard further, perceiving this distant words of a voice from heaven saying, "Write this, blessed, happy to be envied are the dead from now on, who die in the Lord." Yes, blessed, happy to be envied indeed, says the Spirit, in that they may rest from their labors, for their works, deeds do follow them, accompany them. Again I looked, and behold, I saw a white cloud, and sitting on the cloud, one resembling a son of man, with a crown of gold on his head, and a sharp scythe, sickle, in his hand. Another angel came out of the temple sanctuary, calling with a mighty voice to him who was sitting on the cloud, "Put in your scythe and reap, for the hour has arrived to gather the harvest, for the earth's crop is fully ripened." So he who was sitting upon the cloud swung his scythe, sickle, on the earth, and the earth's crop was harvested. Then another angel came out of the temple sanctuary in heaven. He also carried a sharp sickle, scythe. And another angel came forth from the altar, the angel who has authority and power over fire. And he called with a loud cry to him who had the sharp scythe, sickle, "Put forth your scythe and reap the fruitage of the vine of the earth, for its grapes are entirely ripe." So the angel swung his scythe on the earth and stripped the grapes and gathered the vintage from the vine and the earth and cast it into the huge winepress of God's indignation and wrath. And the grapes in the winepress were trodden outside the city, and blood poured from the winepress, reaching as high as a horse's bridles, for a distance of 1,600 stadia, about 200 miles.